Alright, y'all, we back with another Solo Leveling Rise video. Today, we're going to be covering over some leaks. As usual, Alpha Leaker, credit goes to him, of course. They're always providing us information towards the community, giving them all the little run-ups and stuff. Of course, I also have a little bit of back-end stuff that I've had for quite some time that I've seen a couple years ago. So we're also going to be going over that too. But first, we're just going to get right into the first-hand part where, obviously he released this information in the morning. I was at work, so couldn't really, talk about it. So we're going to do it right now. Maybe some people have already covered it, but I'm gonna just go over it and give my iteration on how I see it and stuff like that, and then we'll go on so forth. All right. So first off, we're just gonna read it word to word. So here's my updated roadmap for the upcoming new hunters. My personal opinion after looking at the data and making a prediction. Right. So this is basically what anybody's gonna do. Make their little opinion or thought on what's going to happen, because now they did a lot of rescheduling and stuff like that and pushing back guilds, etc. Kind of does change the pacing a little bit, so it's kind of very difficult to actually understand what's going to be released when and who's going to be what, right? So first off, we have July big update. It's going to be Mireille. Now obviously we're going to be getting Mireille. This we know because she's already in the lobby, and usually when there's a character is in the lobby, they tend to be the next character that's going to come out, right? Now them being wind, since Alpha Leaker says that it's a wind, you can very much pretty much expect the character to be wind, right? So I have no doubts about the character actually being wind. Now, of course, we do need a wind type character. Now, I know there is some wind characters in the game and people just don't really like them, right? Like, so for example, you have Wu Jinchu. He's really not that good. I'm not gonna lie to you. Even after all the buffs, he still isn't that good. But then you have characters like Huang. Now, I know a lot of people don't actually use Huang, and I can understand why. He isn't like the most flashy, or he isn't a waifu or anything like that. So he's not the most like popular, right? But I really think he's a very good and viable character. I've used him myself. Just for memes, I've used him just to complete normal Vulcan with him, just cause I really felt like doing it, and I just felt like he was being a little bit, getting the backhand a little bit. So I do think he's really good. Although I do expect them to try to sell the character, aside from, aesthetic and, being a waifu, I do expect them to sell the character even more than they can. So they're probably going to make her the best win DPS by far, but who knows. Next up, we have the 100-day unit. Now, I really don't think Gogun He is going to be the 100-day unit. I don't want no stinky old man as the 100-day unit, okay? Give me something hype. Okay. Let me. I'm being a little bit too ruffled in, but he's Giga Chad, But I don't feel like it's quite a celebration to put Gogun He as the 100-day unit. I don't know how many people are actually excited for him as like the 100-day celebration unit, right? So I don't think it's gonna be him. If anything, I feel like it'd be Hanse Mei or something, right? And then just give her a skin too, since we know that she's gonna be getting a skin eventually too. It's gonna be, good as a 100-day unit, right? Because then you can just get a skin too, right? For free later on or whatever. I don't know. I feel like Hanse Mei would be there, and then August would probably be Gogun He. That's how I would see it. And then Gina still in September. Now, as for typing, let's see what Gogun He could really be. Like, I feel the only areas he kind of sits well into, like, he's definitely not going to be a support character. There's no way they make him a support character, right? He has to be a main DPS, like an actual Chad. I really think he's going to be light. People might disagree, but I really think he's going to be light. Like we've had Chai like some time ago. That was already like the release of the game, which was in like May. So we're already like 2 months in or so. I really think he's going to be light, to be honest. Like, even though we have Big and all that other good stuff, I just don't see him being Fire because we just got a Fire character. I don't see him being Wind because Mireille is going to be Wind, right? So we're getting her next. And then he doesn't feel like he'd sit into the support category, so he definitely isn't going to be Wind. It's not going to be Water because we just got a shit ton of Water. We got Alicia, and then right after Alicia, we got Maylin Fisher. So it's like, why would we also get him, Water? Now, you could argue that he could be Dark as well, but I really think he'd fit more in terms of how his personality is and stuff. To me, he'd be better suited as a light character. That's how I view it, right? Now, in terms of August, we have the Hanse Mei. I really I don't know too much about this character whatsoever, just kind of based off of what she looks like. Same for Gina. I don't know too much either of her because I do not actually read the manhwa. I kind of go into the details and check, like read up on them and see who they kind of are, but like I don't really understand the character, if you get what I'm saying, right? Now, of course, she's going to be a character that's going to be coming in the future, most likely August. We've had her leaked for quite some time. I believe even before the early access. So it's like it's not it's to be expected that she's going to be coming out eventually, right, or soon. So she's definitely going to be sometime soon in August. So I do agree with that. I do agree with most of this aside the 100-day unit. I feel like I'd rather get Hansei Mei as the 100-day unit and in August get the Go Gun He, but to each their own. And then September, obviously, Gina. I really think she's a little bit quite some far away because we don't have any other news from her aside of her cover art, which is this one right here. So it's like I can't really say much about that. Now we're gonna go on. Ooh, we're not gonna look at that real quick. We're just gonna talk about the guilds. Actually, you know what? We'll talk about that right now. We'll go over this, right? Because there's quite some things to talk about here, right? So basically, this was a leak that we had a long time ago that had the coverage. This was like about 2 years ago or something like that. So this is like when we still knew that Solo Leveling the Rise was in development and stuff, right? So we already had like some models for the characters, you know, Choi, all that good stuff, Min, Lim. You know, these were like the roster that they had shown us for like the beginning of the game. As you can see, there's some characters on the roster that aren't even actually in the game yet, and then there are some that are in the game, right? So we're just going to go over through this list as well while talking about the characters that are probably going to be coming in the near future. So first up, we have these characters in the list, right? All these. So we've already gotten all these characters minus Thomas Andre, right? Thomas Andre is the only character that we have not received in this entire list right here. Like we've gotten everybody else. They were all standard minus Chai and Yu Soo Hyun. These were the only two characters that came as limited, right? So the fact that they were shown like years ago in advance and then they're already placed into the game, it gives it a very likely scenario that most of these characters in these lists are going to be the more recent characters that are going to actually be coming to the game before a lot of other characters, right? This is just like obviously speculation, of course, but it seems very likely now. As for Thomas Andre, I feel like he's going to be way down the line. Like I feel like he would be good for the 100-day celebration, but since it's so early, I feel like they're going to save him for like anniversary or something. Now we go into the next list. Obviously, you can see we have Gogun, He, Choi, Big. You know, we already have Seo. You know, we have Huang's brother, the other Huang. I don't know why it says Champagne. I guess this is like rough translations. We have Kim, and then we have Yunho. And then obviously we can see right here we have Hansei Mi, who we were just talking about earlier, who's going to probably be coming in August, or for the 100-day unit, if you know my speculation is correct. And then you can see right here Go Gun He, who we are going to be getting soon too. And then of course there's Yerim Jeong. I don't know too much about this character aside that she is a healer type character, like a healer supportive buffer A class rank Korean hunter, I believe, right? So that's all I really know about it. So I can't wait to see when this character comes because I feel like other typings need these kind of buffs and supports. So for example, you have Min as like a universal buffer, but then you have like Maylin Fisher, who is like a water type, like for a water mono team buffer kind of thing, right? So I'm kind of expecting Yerim Jeong, or however you pronounce their name, to be either a light or a wind. I'm kind of hoping for wind because I really like to use Huang, so I really want a wind support character, but I mean, that's too much to ask for. As you can see, the model for Sale is a little bit different than it is when she actually released. You know, wanted to show a little more skin and stuff because, you know, that sells easy. So we got those characters. We'll go on to the next page now because we already talked about them. As you can see here, you can see we have the Class E version of him. And then, of course, this is the girl. Obviously, her model is a little bit different when you actually play her in the game. And then, for some reason, you could also see Sun Jin Woo's sister as well. I don't know what's up with that. Is she going to be a character or is she just going to be a model in the story? Like, you know, like for one of like the storylines or whatever, something like that when we talk with her. Who knows? Then you see Min, Lim, and then you can see Sun Jin Woo's father as well. He's also here. So he's definitely going to be further down the line. There's no way they release a powerful character like this so early on. This is definitely going to be somewhere. Also, if I would not even be surprised if they release him and Thomas Andre at the same time in for like anniversary. Then you can see right here we have Libora. We already have her in the game. Same with Parkejian. And then you're gonna see that there is Gina as well, right? And we already have, speculation. She's gonna be soon as well, right? So as you can see, there's kind of like a pattern here with a lot of the characters that are already shown that are gonna actually be releasing soon. So it's fair to say that most of the characters that are shown are going to be released, more likely released than other characters that you're kind of waiting for or expecting in the future. These are going to be the more likely to get picked. Then you have the final page, which is going to have, Brass Dongsu, Wong Dongsu, obviously. And then, of course, you can see this demon girl. I actually don't know her name. I'm not actually familiar with her whatsoever in the entire story. I'm pretty sure some of you guys probably are, but she looks like a demon to me, so I'm pretty sure she is a demon. Um, or she could be an elf, who knows? But other than that, these are going to be basically some characters. I just wanted to bring this up because this was like way back in the past, like way, 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 way back. And of course, as you can see, most of these characters have the same exact models with the same exact stance. Like they pretty much use the same exact characters with everything. The only thing is they just, changed out their outfits a little bit and, kind of spruced up how they look, kind of edited a little bit so it looks a lot nicer and cleaner. But as you can see, most of these characters we already have in the game, and some of them are already scheduled to be released in the near future. And we've have a lot of their models already, so it's very likely that some of these characters that are already here, like Essel Ladir, I don't know how to pronounce her name. Then of course we already know Gina's coming. Sun Jin-woo's father. We have Thomas Andre, of course. Right here. It's very we and then of course we have Yuren Jiang. There's gonna be like a few characters that we know are probably gonna be these are probably gonna be like some of the characters I believe on the second half of the roadmap, right? So like when we go into the next year, we're gonna be getting the other roadmap. So after December, I'm pretty sure you're gonna see a couple of familiar faces on there that you're gonna be expecting, right? Because if they did one roadmap, it's very likely they're gonna do another roadmap. But anyways, I just wanted to highlight that part a little bit just because since we were already talking about what characters are going to be scheduled coming, in the near future, I just wanted to also talk about some other characters that are going to be coming as well. I did also want to talk about for Gina. I really think she's going to be either dark or fire. I really want to highlight that just based off of what I read on her, on the wiki, on her lore and stuff like that. I really think, of course, that could be edited by a few people in the community, but I really think she's going to be dark or fire just because aesthetically, when I check some of the manual pages and stuff like that, it kind of looked like fire, but her power was like telekinesis or something like that, right? Now I would like to say that she'd be light, but I really feel like Gogun he would fit light so well. Like I feel like he'd fit light so well. And I know people are gonna dislike that because they love to use Chai or whatever, and she's strong, and then it kind of feels like, why would you just use a stinky old man? But I mean, some people like using Chads, like myself. I'm not really too fond of like these anime characters, like these waifu characters. I mean, like I don't know. For me, it's just like whatever. I mean, Gina, however, I really like how she looks. I definitely will be playing her. I will definitely wail for her, unlike all the other female characters. Say what you want about me, okay? And then, of course, all these other characters like this Mirai, I really just don't like how she looks. It's just not for me, really. So that's basically gonna be all for the video. I appreciate you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment for that engagement. The engagement helps a lot in growing the channel. So I appreciate it. And y'all stay safe. I'll be on with you in the next video.